Trent Alexander-Arnold, Liverpool, Real Madrid, La Liga. Real Madrid jumped into action to secure Trent Alexander-Arnold on a 6-year contract until 2031, officially unveiling him on June 11, 2025. The deal, worth around 10 million euros, roughly 8.4 million pounds, allowed the right-back to join Madrid before his Liverpool contract expired, enabling him to feature in the expanded FIFA Club World Cup in the US this summer. 10 million euros upfront plus offset wage savings. Madrid's presentation was memorable. Trent donned the number 12 shirt, since his iconic 66 isn't allowed in Spain, with his shirt reading simply Trent to help ease pronunciation for local fans. Despite the smooth move, some early doubts have surfaced. Critics note his lackluster league debut and point out that Dani Carvajal, upon returning from injury, remains a favorite in Xabi Alonso's lineup. Still, Madrid brought him in to upgrade the right side. His delivery, set-piece quality, and creative influence align perfectly with their tactical DNA. Kevin De Bruyne, Manchester City, Napoli, Serie A. After a staggering 10-year run with Manchester City, where he claimed 6 Premier League titles and a Champions League, Kevin De Bruyne has officially joined Napoli on a free transfer, stepping into a new chapter with Italy's reigning Serie A champions. Napoli unveiled him with a striking visual. De Bruyne seated on a throne adorned with the caption, "King Kev is here," setting the tone for a regal arrival. Despite being courted by Premier League, German clubs, and even MLS's Chicago Fire, the 33-year-old chose Napoli, a decision influenced by the club's vision, his Belgian teammate Romelu Lukaku, and the allure of Italian football. Manchester City bid farewell in style, a post-match guard of honor, emotional tributes, and plans for a statue at the Etihad Stadium, honoring De Bruyne as a City legend for life. In his Napoli debut season opener, De Bruyne made an immediate mark, scoring from a free kick as Napoli beat Sassuolo 2-0, showcasing the quality and experience he'll bring to Antonio Conte's title-challenging side. Son Heung-min, Tottenham, LAFC, MLS. LAFC smashed the MLS transfer record to sign Son Heung-min, and he has hit the ground running. In his debut, Son drew a decisive penalty away at Chicago, then followed up with an assist in New England and a gorgeous free-kick goal at FC Dallas. Instant impact that shows he hasn't lost his Premier League sharpness. The club is already feeling the Son effect off the pitch. Ticket demand, global attention, and on it, pace and transition, clinical final third decisions. He's slotted on the left or central lane, combining with LAFC's runners and taking set pieces with confidence. Expect opponents to double him. That's fine. His gravity opens space for everyone else. Impact outlook, massive. LAFC were already contenders. Son's goals, work rate, and star power could tilt tight playoff matches and elevate MLS's profile. He said he wants to help make the league bigger. So far, he's doing exactly that. Benjamin Šeško, RB Leipzig, Manchester United, Premier League. Manchester United pulled off a statement signing by bringing in 22-year-old Benjamin Šeško from RB Leipzig on a 5-year deal, worth an initial 76.5 million euros, around 66.3 million pounds, potentially rising to 73.7 million pounds with add-ons. The deal eclipses United's third highest transfer ever, just behind Sancho and Højlund. Šeško was United's plan A after missing out on targets like Liam Delap and Victor Gyökeres. And while Ollie Watkins was available, the club opted to back a young but proven striker, hoping his electric pace and aerial presence can lift us out of last season's struggles. Despite high expectations, the start has been rocky. United lost to Grimsby Town in the League Cup, with Šeško drawing criticism for missing chances, leading fans of rival clubs to mock that they'd dodged a bullet. Veteran Gary Neville also questioned his limited minutes and Amorim's substitution strategy after a goalless league draw against Fulham. Meanwhile, manager Ruben Amorim feels the heat at Old Trafford after only 1 point from 2 league games, raising pressure on his overhaul to deliver fast. Bryan Mbeumo, Brentford, Manchester United, Premier League. The Red Devils also bought Bryan Mbeumo, a savvy Premier League forward who brings pressing energy, two-footed finishing, and reliable chance creation from the right or centrally. Coming from Brentford's direct transition-friendly system, he arrives match-ready. Early usage has him interchanging wide to inside to link with Fernandes in the 9, and he's already chipped in with busy performances, harrying fullbacks, carrying the ball, and winning fouls in useful areas. He won't need a mountain of shots to influence games. His subtle runs and cutbacks often create the assist to the assist. Impact outlook, high. United's attack needed proven league output and tactical flexibility. Mbeumo offers both and should raise the floor of their forward line across league and Europe. He's the kind of signing that quietly adds 10 to 15 goal contributions and several points over a season. Florian Wirtz, Bayer Leverkusen, Liverpool, Premier League. Liverpool went big to sign Florian Wirtz, handing Arne Slot an elite final third connector who can glide past pressure and play killer passes. From day one, he's the creative thread between midfield control and forward runs, popping up in half spaces to combine with the striker and the right winger. Early showings are all about rhythm and chemistry, but you can already see the Wirtz effect. Quicker wall passes, more disguised through balls, and smoother entries into the box. He'll share chance creation with Szoboszlai/McAllister, and he's capable of double-digit goals from late arrivals. Impact outlook, very high. Wirtz is a system-proof talent who upgrades Liverpool's possession play against deep blocks and gives them a new closing time option when games get tight. If the Reds chase multiple trophies, he'll be central to that push. Hugo Ekitike, Eintracht Frankfurt, Liverpool, Premier League. Hugo Ekitike adds verticality to Liverpool's front line. He's tall, quick, and happy to run behind, which stretches defenses and creates pockets for Liverpool's creators. Early minutes show him pressing hard from the front and attacking the near post, exactly what Slot wants to sustain pressure. Expect a rotation of center-forward roles as he builds chemistry. He can start, finish games off the bench, or play in a 2 for late pushes. The coaching staff will work on his hold-up play and decision-making in tight areas. The raw tools are all there. Impact outlook, promising. Even without immediate big numbers, Ekitike's running changes the geometry of attacks and will help Liverpool tilt the field. As confidence grows, so should the goals. Luis Díaz, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Bundesliga. Bayern landed a proven wide threat in Luis Díaz, and he's already made a statement, scoring the winner on his official debut in the Franz Beckenbauer Super Cup. His 1v1 dribbling adds spark to both flanks, and his defensive work rate fits the pressing culture in Munich. With Thomas Tuchel's successor structuring the attack around pace and width, Díaz provides direct running, shots from angle, and gravity that frees the 9. He's experienced in big games, which Bayern love. Impact outlook, high. With Bayern vying for the title again and looking to push deep in Europe, Díaz's end product and energy should be decisive in tense matches. The price tag reflects that expectation, and the early return, silverware, and a clutch goal is exactly what fans wanted to see. Rayan Aït-Nouri, Wolves, Manchester City, Premier League. Manchester City finally added a specialist left-back, signing Rayan Aït-Nouri on a 5-year deal. He brings acceleration, dribbling under pressure, and underlapped runs that suit City's positional play. City used him straight away at the expanded Club World Cup, and he's now competing for league starts while learning the Pep patterns. Stay wide to pin, invert to help the pivot, then arrive late around the box. The early focus is timing and defensive balance, but his ball carrying already helps City break presses on the left. Impact outlook, strong. City have managed with makeshift options at left back. Aït-Nouri's natural profile should smooth their build-up and give Erling Haaland better service from that side. He also improves rest defense with his recovery speed. Rayan Cherki, Lyon, Manchester City, Premier League. The citizens doubled down on creativity with Rayan Cherki, a high-ceiling dribbler and linebreaker who arrived on a 5-year deal. He debuted at City's first Premier League game, coming out with a goal. He has already shown those slippery touches between the lines. Pep's challenge is channeling the flair, quick releases, off-ball sprints into the box, and counter-press intensity after turnovers. If Cherki nails the pressing triggers and keeps his decision-making sharp in Zone 14, he can become a match winner against deep blocks. Impact outlook, potentially huge. City often face low defensive walls. An unpredictable one versus one technician who can also slip final passes is exactly what frees them open. João Pedro, Brighton, Chelsea, Premier League. Chelsea paid big for João Pedro to add goals and glue to their new-look attack. He's comfortable as a 9 or a second striker, links play neatly, and carries a threat from the spot. Early sightings show lots of back-to-goal work to bring runners into play, plus sharp movements across the line to create small shooting windows. With Chelsea's midfield now supplying more final passes, Pedro should see a healthy diet of chances. Impact outlook, solid to strong. He won't fix everything alone, but his versatility lets the manager mix shapes, 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 and keep the press consistent. If he hits form, Chelsea get a reliable finisher who also elevates teammates with tidy combinations. Esteban Willian, Palmeiras, Chelsea, Premier League. Long-trailed, now real. Esteban Messinho has arrived from Palmeiras. He's 17, going on 27 in terms of confidence. Fast feet, brave in tight spaces, and a lovely disguise on through balls. Chelsea will manage his minutes carefully, but the plan is obvious. Blood him on the right side where he can cut in, combine, and learn Premier League tempo without carrying the whole attack. Early training ground buzz focuses on his balance through contact and quick give-and-go instincts. Impact outlook, medium now, potentially massive later. Don't expect weekly fireworks from day one. do expect cameos that wake up games and a development curve that could be steep by spring. For Chelsea's project, he's a jewel to polish. Anthony Elanga, Nottingham Forest, Newcastle United, Premier League. Newcastle wanted pace and directness, and Anthony Elanga brings both. Signed from Forest on a long contract, he sprints at backlines, forces defenders to turn, and gives Newcastle's midfield a clear outlet on transitions. Early outings already show him stretching play and winning territory, which fits Eddie Howe's vertical front foot style. The finishing can still tick up, but even without goals, he adds value by getting the team up the pitch and drawing fouls. Impact outlook: good, with upside. Newcastle needed depth for domestic and European schedules. Elanga's energy should keep intensity high, late in games, and add 6 to 10 league goal contributions if he stays fit. In a side that loves quick counters, he's a natural fit. Rooney Bargaji, FC Copenhagen, Barcelona, La Liga. Barca snapped up Rooney Bargaji, a gifted 19-year-old winger from Copenhagen, on a deal to 2029. He's technical, fearless, and already scored in preseason, but the early storyline has been registration logistics under La Liga rules. The club have been working to get him fully registered while he trains with the first team and, if needed, alternates minutes with Barca Athletic to keep sharp. Stylistically, expect him to attack the right flank, combine with Lamine Yamal or rotate sides, and shoot quickly off the cut-in. Impact outlook: medium right now, high later. Once the paperwork is fully settled and he's integrated, his 1v1 spark can change tight games. Exactly what Barca want as they balance youth and results. Jarell Quansah, Liverpool, Bayer Leverkusen, Bundesliga. Leverkusen made a statement by buying England U21 center-back Jarell Quansah from Liverpool. It's a smart profile match. A front-foot defender who can play in a high line, step into midfield, and pass out under pressure. He arrives with minutes in a title-winning Liverpool season and has been plugged straight into a side that presses and builds bravely. Early signs: steady positioning, aggressive aerials, and simple distribution into midfield hubs. Impact outlook: strong. With Jonathan Tah departed, Leverkusen needed a modern defender who can defend space and still help them progress the ball. Quansah fits that brief and should start plenty of games as D-Work self-push for the Bundesliga again and target a deep European run. Victor Osimhen, Napoli, Galatasaray. Victor Osimhen has made his move to Galatasaray permanent from Napoli in a record-breaking transfer worth 75 million euros, the biggest in Turkish football history, equal to around 64.8 million pounds. The transfer is structured as 40 million euros up front, with the remaining 35 million euros to follow over the 2025 to 2026 season. Osimhen also signed a 4-year deal that guarantees him 15 million euros net per season, plus a 1 million euro loyalty bonus and 5 million euros in image rights income. Notably, he turned down a massive offer from Saudi Arabia's Al Hilal, reportedly up to 30 million euros per year, choosing to remain in Europe and continue his standout form. On the pitch, his return makes perfect sense. On loan last season, Osimhen scored 37 goals in 41 matches, leading Galatasaray to a league and cup double, becoming league top scorer with 26 Super League goals. Ebereki Eze, Crystal Palace, Arsenal. Ebereki Eze's dream, move home to Arsenal, finally happened this summer, and it carried plenty of drama. Arsenal beat out Tottenham for his signature, securing a £60 million upfront deal with £7.5 million in add-ons, totaling £67.5 million. Crystal Palace's most expensive sale ever. Eze returns to Hale End, the Arsenal academy where he started as a youngster before being released at age 13. Now 27, he's back wearing the iconic number 10 shirt, signing a 4-year deal with the option for a 5th year. The transfer is a big statement. Arsenal swooped in late after Kai Havertz picked up a knee injury, moving decisively while Tottenham hesitated. Palace manager Oliver Glasner confirmed Eze played his final match after pulling out of the Conference League squad, clearing the way for the move. At Palace, Eze had become a star, 169 appearances, 40 goals, plus scoring the winning goal in the 2025 FA Cup final. Now at Arsenal, he brings flair, creativity, and a storybook return home. Martin Zubimendi, Real Sociedad, Arsenal. Arsenal finally wrapped up the long-awaited signing of Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad. They triggered his €60 million release clause, not once, but went slightly higher to smooth the payment, bringing the total closer to €65 million, £60 million, or more in installments. Zubimendi had the chance to leave La Real previously, with Liverpool interested, but stayed put through the 2024-25 season, a decision he later said was the right one. When Arsenal came knocking, he was ready, officially arriving in London and becoming Mikel Arteta's first signing of the summer. He's a defensive midfielder known for his composure, ball distribution, and smart positioning, drawing comparisons to Busquets and Xabi Alonso. He also bolsters the midfield following the departures of Partey and Jorginho, offering intelligence and defensive awareness Arsenal desperately needed. Viktor Gyökeres, Sporting, Arsenal. It finally happened. Viktor Gyökeres is an Arsenal player. The Gunners secured the Swedish striker from Sporting Lisbon for an initial £55 million, with potential add-ons pushing the deal up to around £63.5 million, 63.5 million euros plus 10 million euros add-ons on a 5-year contract. His agent even waived his fee to help the deal through, smoothing the finish line for both clubs. Gyökeres arrives with serious credentials: 97 goals in 102 games for Sporting across 2 seasons, including back-to-back Golden Boots and league titles. He also takes on the iconic number 14 shirt at Arsenal, previously worn by Thierry Henry, and already owns the best shirt launch buzz in club history. His early signs are promising, too. In his home Premier League debut, he scored twice in a thumping 5-0 win over Leeds, drawing comparisons to Arsenal legend Thierry Henry. Though Gyökeres brings more upfront physicality and potency, manager Mikel Arteta praised his powerful, driven approach and sees him as a central piece in lifting Arsenal from runners-up to champions. Tijani Reinders, AC Milan, Manchester City. Manchester City wrapped up their summer transfer window by signing Dutch midfielder Tijani Reinders from AC Milan on a 5-year deal for an initial €55 million, £46.3 million, potentially rising to €70 million, approximately £59 million, with add-ons. This move was part of a quick-fire flurry of transfers completed between June 9th to 11th, just ahead of the Club World Cup, Reinders being the 4th new arrival. Reinders arrives as Serie A's standout midfielder from 2024 to 2025, named best midfielder and earning a spot in the league's team of the season after tallying an impressive 15 goals and 5 assists in 54 appearances for Milan. He brings a dynamic blend of creativity, energy, and composure in midfield, qualities Pep Guardiola will value as City reshape their engine room following departures and injury crises. Darwin Núñez, Liverpool, Al Hilal. Darwin Núñez has wrapped up his time at Liverpool and completed a move to Saudi Pro League giants Al Hilal. The transfer, confirmed by both clubs, involved an initial fee of €53 million, about £46 million, with undisclosed add-ons potentially increasing the total package. Liverpool officially announced the transfer, expressing gratitude for his contributions after 143 appearances and 40 goals for the Reds. Núñez's spell at Liverpool was a mixed bag, highlighted by moments of brilliance but hampered by inconsistent form and limited impact under manager Arne Slot. His departure arrives at a crucial time as Liverpool look to plug the attacking void with moves for stars like Alexander-Isak. Essentially, the deal unlocks the funds they need to push for top-tier strikers. Transfers done, now it's time to see who delivers on the pitch. Who's going to be the signing of the season? Tell us in the comments. If you like this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe, and dive into our other videos. We've got tactical analysis, player rankings, and more waiting for you right here on Soccer Deconstructed.